Her story turned into spectacle once more live, this time sold for 50 cents a copy. Before gods were carved in stone, the sea already had its queen.
Nets and spears tore through the water.
And once again, she slipped back into legend.
In times of war, even the sea whispered of her presence. Her image became spectacle, traded for coins and curiosity.
Even as war consumed the land, the ocean kept its secrets.
Yet for all the cameras, she still remained untouchable.
In the age of industry, wonder became commodity.
At last, humanity stopped hunting and began listening. To the public, she was spectacle, a living freak show.
The internet spread her faster than myth ever could.
The world rediscovered her, not in legends, but in drowned cities. They measured, dissected, explained, yet never understood. The wealthy paid, the curious stared sacked. She became a mirror for human greed.
As the seas reclaimed the land, she was no longer.
To men of science, she was not legend, but specimen.
She became a lesson, a relic, a story of what was lost.
The age of cameras turned her into a headline.
One dared to free her at the cost of everything.
Only the innocent saw her as more than a prize. She became rumor, a fleeting clip between commercials.
In the age of industry, wonder became commodity. Her face filled halls, yet her story remained untold. In the new century, she was caught not in paintings, but on film.
One day, mankind returned to her realm, not as conquerors, but as neighbors.
Yet still, she lingered fravid, unseen, unaging, unbroken.
Science chased her, not with prayers or harpoons compounders, but with machines. As the world industrialized, the sea became less mystery, more conquest. Science sought to dissect her into fact or fiction.
She has always been here, watching, waiting, remembering.
The world watched screens, searching for what lurked beyond.
Her sadness seeped into art. Those who looked closely swore the paintings wept. To the children of tomorrow, she was not fear, but hope.
Science returned with sharper tools, but truths remained slippery.
Before gods were carved in stone, the sea already had its queen.
And through it all, she watched, knowing their hunger would never end.
and she watched a world of steel and glass rise over her tides.
But faith turned to fear in the dark rivers of men. They saw her shadow and called it a demon.
And then she slipped back beneath the waves.
Temples rose in her honor, prayers carried on the tide.
Yet sorrow lingered in her gaze. She never chose her nature.
Before gods were carved in stone, the sea already had its queen. When the world sought new horizons, she became both muse and mystery.
She rose from the storm, more legend than flesh.
Artists tried to capture her form, but paint could not hold the ocean's soul. Her legend fueled ambition, a prize sought by kings and dreamers alike.
In the time before memory, sailors told of a creature who ruled the tides. She was no mere myth, but the ocean itself given form. Empires rose on the shore, yet still her shadow moved beneath their ships. To some she was an omen of storm, to others a goddess of abundance. In temples of stone, her likeness was carved in secret, worshipped by those who feared the sea's hunger. Battles were fought, fleets destroyed, yet whispers claimed she guided the waves. When kingdoms fell, her name endured, carried from harbor to harbor as the eternal sea spirit. In the medieval world, the mermaid became both miracle and monster. Sailors prayed for her blessing or cursed her for their misfortune. Monks inked her image in sacred manuscripts, torn between reverence and dread. Knights on lonely coasts swore they had seen her gliding beneath the moonlight. Fishermen claimed she spoke in riddles, offering warnings no king would heed. She slipped between myth and sermon, both temptation and warning. In an age of faith, she could not be caught, only feared. The Renaissance rediscovered her beauty. Painters captured her flowing hair, her jewel-colored tail, her gaze both human and otherworldly. Scholars debated her existence in candlelit halls, torn between science and myth. Poets called her the muse of oceans, the secret behind mankind's longing for the unknown. In courts and palaces, nobles traded stories of her, embellishing her form until legend became art. Yet while she was glorified on canvas, she still slipped unnoticed through the waves, untamed, unclaimed. The Victorians brought her into the age of iron and smoke. In gaslit harbors, sailors swore she haunted the fog. Scientists displayed her behind glass tanks, measuring, cataloging, reducing her to specimen. In traveling circuses, she became spectacle, a freak to be stared at, debated, sold. Children pressed their hands to the glass,